Hi, welcome to the podcast for Fighting Pain, Finding Joy, January 27th, 2016. Come to realise that the way my life works depends on my attitude. Dogs, gremlins, like the beeping going on in the background there, or whatever comes into my life can make me feel positive or negative. I make that choice. Realising and accepting the testing nature of life means I have options. I decide. Take today. I just came in from another standard morning. Took the children to school, came home, grabbed a little breakfast, threw a load of laundry in, and went out 40 minutes after getting in. I retrieved one of the little LOLs. That's a little light of my life. I'm going to use the word lols. So I took one of my little lols to a therapy appointment, but I managed to forget that I had to take two of my lols. Therapy appointments, and now I have to go back on Friday with the other one. I returned LOL 8 to school and took LOL 9 to kindergarten. Once I took LOL 9 to school for her afternoon kindergarten, I went to the storage shed to put some boxes from Christmas in. They've been in the garage for a long time. I believe this is some sort of Christmas record. This is only January 26th. Christmas, I know, is over, but yeah, I took the Christmas tree lights down though when I got home, and put those into the car, ready to go to the shed tomorrow, Thursday, Friday. Christmas tree still in the front room. Hopefully I'll be able to get that away soon. Right now I feel a bit blurry. Last night was an odd night. Sleep a little better than recently. Both shoulders are now hurting. I have great difficulty sleeping. I can't sleep on either side. I still have a hangover effect going on from the trazodone I took, so I'm a little hazy and blurry. I don't know how I look. I feel hazy and blurry. And I'm going to blame the medicine. Anyway, I forgot to mention that I also let the dogs out. First had to type the emergency backup dog, to prevent him bothering others in the neighbourhood. Worthless and useless, and possibly pointless. I still don't know which is which. Do not run out of the yard, so I know I do not need to tie them up as well. If you want to know about the dogs' names, you're going to have to look at the blog on dogs, gremlins and such from last week. I read some interesting articles in the news recently, and they're all available on my website at www.cyandaleone.com if you want to read them. One of them referred to the fact that it's generally impossible to tell when a person's in pain. 4 types of pain we can be in: mental, spiritual, emotional up here, or physical, like I am all over the place. But even then, when you look at me, it's hard to tell that I'm in pain. Physical pain just isn't easy to identify in another person. Because they've got a cast on, if I had a cast on here, or I have this thing, my wrist support, and I have to put that on when these bones decide they want to pretend they're broken again. So I wear this to stop the pain. Now you know there's something wrong with me if I've got this on. Problem with casts and things though is that when you itch, but with this, I just take it off and then it scratch. But you can't do that with a cast. Well, generally you can't do that with a cast. I say generally because my wife had a cast on her hand. She broke her wrist, or damaged her wrist. And one morning she woke up and the cast wasn't there. And we were confused for a while. She'd managed to pull it off during the night. Some skill. Obviously, mental, spiritual and emotional pains have no direct external indicator. There's no bandage, no cast for these pains. So if there are no indicators, then no one else can be sure how you feel, or I feel. I kind of do moan when something hurts me more than usual, but then doing anything hurts. Standing here, talking hurts, but sitting, there's a chair down there, but sitting hurts as well, so I just get on with it. But I could cry, I could go sit in a corner with my thumb in my mouth, like these 2 poems suggest. I'm sitting in the corner with a cone on my head. I did something wrong. I sure wish I was in bed. I'm sitting in the corner. My teacher sent me here. I went in the corner reluctantly, without even a tear. I'm sitting in the corner. What? What did you say? I have a cone on my head? I can't hear. What did you say? Speak louder, Mrs. Teacher. I can almost make it out. Hey, the cone's off my head. You don't have to shout. Okay, you said something to me, now say it once more. You say I can come back now. Yippee, liberty galore. Stop! Mrs. Teacher, what did you say? No shouting in the class. I'm sitting in the corner. That's the second time today. I'm sitting in the corner with a cone on my head. I did something wrong. I sure wish I was in bed. Second poem is a little more, shall we say, scary. She sits in the corner, confused and weak. She tries to speak, her breath soft and kind. She needs to unwind. Problem after problem brings her down, and with that she carries a heavy frown. Her heart like gold, but she doesn't let anyone take control or even hold. She's put up wall after wall, afraid of that long hard fall. She knows it's been so long since she belonged. She feels small and empty. Knowing this world is large and full, she thinks there isn't any room. So she sits in that corner, confused and weak. She can't speak. 3, 2, 1. If you're going to do an internet search, you'll find many more poems of the same nature. There's obviously a lot of pain behind these poems. You could psychoanalyze the authors if they'd attached their names. We would not be able to immediately identify what the pain was, or visibly see why they hurt. I mentioned pain for several reasons. 1, I blog on a website called Fighting Pain, Finding Joy. 2, I suffer constant chronic pain. 3, so I talk about the finding joy bit. My wife would add number 4, so I can moan and look for sympathy. I don't believe this is true, because sympathy in and of itself provides us with nothing. I get nothing from somebody else saying, "Ah." I previously talked about distracting ourselves from pain and about the black Labrador used as a distraction for the cheetah at the Dallas Zoo. Distractions like the dogs we own can be a powerful way to forget the pains we're suffering. We are magnets. We attract the emotions we put out. Imagine you have a bubble surrounding you. Obviously it's an invisible bubble, but there anyway. You can't see it, but it's there. Inside of this bubble are the emotions, the feelings, the pain and the happiness you're feeling, and our attitude towards life in general. Your bubble is attracted to the bubbles of everyone we come into contact with. Their bubbles are drawn to you, and you're drawn to theirs. Our emotions pass through from one bubble to another. Biology, you may remember talking about osmosis. Well, Wikipedia has the following definition, almost meaningless to the layperson, but this is what it says. It says, osmosis is the spontaneous net movement of solvent molecules through a semi-permeable membrane into a region of higher solute concentration. In terms that even I can understand, stuff passes through a membrane like a bubble to the side with the higher concentration from the side with the lower concentration. To put this into context with our spirit bubble, whoever has the strongest emotion sucks everything out of the weaker bubble. If you have the attitude, the strong emotion of being in pain and are depressed, you can suck all the positive emotions of someone else's bubble and replace it with your negative emotions. Fortunately, this only works if the other person's bubble is not chock full of positive emotions. Their positive emotion is stronger, then they will suck out your negative emotions and replace them with their positive ones. Not an exact science, or just a description or method, but I do detail somewhat about the spirit bubble in my book, Fighting Pain, Finding Joy. Here's an excerpt. You may not be a religious person, I've no way of knowing, but you have to agree that the inner you, the person who looks out of your eyes and hears with your ears, is separate from the physical you. There are a number of words we could use, including chai, inner self, life force, soul, etc. But spirit fits best for me. If you feel the need to, you can substitute a different word as you read along. Your spirit is driving your physical body in the same way you might drive a vehicle. And in the same way you take care of your car, or don't,
Your spirit takes care of your physical body. Quite frequently the spirit is surprised to see what the physical body looks like. It can be best demonstrated with a video camera. Even though we've seen ourselves in the mirror and heard ourselves speak every day of our lives, we're all surprised and often shocked when we see and hear ourselves on a video. We don't look the way we thought we did and can't believe we sound the way we do. This is true of us all, no matter how positive we feel about ourselves. Modern technology has some wonderful gadgets. One of them is an adjustable magic mirror. You can change the way you look. Researchers on the British TV programme Horizon had volunteers use the mirror, which was set to show the volunteer 2 foot tall and 10 foot wide. They had to adjust the view until they felt the picture was correct. Everyone got it wrong. Not greatly, just sufficient to be noticeable when compared to the correct view. If they had good self-esteem, they'd make themselves better than the reality. If they had a poor self-image, they'd make themselves worse than the reality. Our spirit determines the way we behave and the people we are. If it's small, insecure and inferior, regardless what the physical body looks like, we'll behave small, insecure and inferior. Conversely, people with large, self-confident, self-assured spirits are larger than life, regardless of their physical stature. Even when the physical body is handicapped in some way, the spirit can be in such control the handicap is ignored. All self-help books, including this one, are aimed at the spirit, because it changes both the inner and outer you. Where the physical body is in charge, there always seems to be problems with cravings and addictions. Where does your spirit live? No one, and I mean no one, has any idea. We know that when the body can no longer support life, our spirit leaves, and it isn't wherever it was. You know that I'm right. If you're positive, if you're putting up positive vibrations, then you will attract positiveness from other people. Somehow filling your bubble with positive thoughts about health, wealth, love, and most especially joy, will attract these physically. You will attract and find health, wealth, love, and joy. Well, this blog's it's become a little long. I'll split it into two and continue with the idea of spirit bubble next time. It's fine with me, and as I fill my bubble with tons of positive vibrations, it will be with you. My lols, my children, my little lights of my life, fill my life with joy, even though they take up 90% of my time and energy. My G-lols, my grandchildren, take up another 50%. I know the math doesn't work, but who cares? I don't. And then there's the 60% of my F-L-O-L, my forever. Where is it? My forever light of my life, my wife to be added. 60 and 50 and 100, 700, that's 200%. I could be a football player. My spirit bubble somehow makes the math work. The attitude that no matter what, my family are more important to me than the fact that I suffer with chronic pain. And I intend to keep filling my spirit bubble with this positive attitude. Starting, I'm going to watch on, but starting now. More next time.